All right. Good evening, friends. My name's Jeff Streeter. I'm going to try to get this thing to chill out on me here. I don't want to make you dizzy, but I want to talk about Veterans Camping Initiative. Okay, it's a thing I'm putting together. Really, my brother Mike uh, kind of gave me the motivation to do this. He put a book together and he succeeded, and he's donating all the money to charity here in town, and I really respect that, and I felt like, yeah, I can do something for somebody else. We can make this work. So let me explain it a little bit. My cousin and Eric and I started camping. Of course, I grew up camping. Okay, uh, I'll just start off with that. But Eric and I started going out camping um, several years ago, and we really enjoyed the time to just drop off the map, because um, the stresses of military life, and even when you leave, um, you feel alone. You know, when you separate from the military, it's like somebody took a piece of you out. When you step into the civilian world, getting a job is not easy. Keeping a job is not easy. People can't relate to the way we are because being in the military changes you. Okay, it changes the way you behave. Even if you're a military brat, it still has an effect on you because there are people who I know that were military brats, didn't go into the military, and are still unable to relate to military individuals, even though their parents, sometimes both of their parents were military. Um, it's not the same. It's just not the same. So when we get out, we go into the big wide world of civilians. Uh, they don't always understand us, and they don't know how to relate, and it's just something that is hard to explain, right? Am I right? If you're a military veteran, you know it's not something that you can easily explain. Now, given all that, um, there's a lot of stress involved. Relieving that stress, that's not always easy to do. I used to go to the batting cages, helped. Yeah, well, tell me where I'm going to find a batting cage these days. Can't hardly find them. Go to a racquetball court. If you were in the military, there's a lot of the military bases have racquetball courts. Some of them still have them. Um, anyway, there's ways to relieve stress, but I think Eric and I stumbled upon something that going out and doing some just primitive camping really seems to help get your mind off of just the bullshit, right? So, Veterans Camping Initiative. Let's kick this off. Um, Plans, short term goals. Now, I have a sponsor for beer, I have a sponsor for coffee, I have a sponsor for barbecue, um, I have a sponsor for some business cards and flyers and stuff for advertising. Um, Hopefully, we get some sponsors for some manpower. Not a big deal, but these short term goals, um, sponsorship. Hey, whoa, hold on, damn it. There we go. Sponsorship. Um, I also need land sponsors. So if you know people who have land um, with a pond on it to where we can just go and drop off the map for a weekend, touch bases with them. If you get the go ahead, let me know. Put me in touch with them, or Mike, me, or Mike, or Steve, or somebody. let one of us know, and we'll get involved. So what do we need for sponsors? Like I said, right now we got some food covered, got some beer covered, got some coffee covered, but we need a few things. We need firewood. Simple. That's a simple one. But one thing we really do need, in a bad way, tents and cots. Okay? I need like 20 tents, 20 cots. I reached out to a few people and retailers. I was unable to get any sponsorship, but I need to get a hold of some tents and cots. I need like 20 of them. That's my plan. I'll come out there. I'll set up 20 tents, 20 cots, and as attendees, there's nothing expected. Don't pay me. Don't do anything but say thank you. Give me a hug, bring me some whiskey, whatever. I don't know. But this is supposed to be a cost-free event. I want to do 5 a year. So I'm just going to put up here 5 times. That's the goal. 5 times a year. 20 people. And sponsors, firewood, tents, cots, land. I'm going to put that up here. Land. We need some spots. I got a couple of sponsors for that. But it's always good to have more than enough. I do have a spot down between Emporia and Wichita off of Interstate 35. I've got a spot down by Sedalia off of 50 Highway. I've got a spot down the road here, I hope, but see, some of these areas, if you go in and it's a state-owned facility and they start asking, some conservation agent shows up and starts asking for fishing licenses and stuff like that, I don't want to have to deal with that. That's why I go, for the most part, off the grid. You know, you can get there if you got a GPS or something, you can get there, but otherwise, we're crawling over trees with the Jeep and shit like that. I mean, I'm not going to get you down there that far, and if you have to park your vehicle up the road, I'll shuttle you. We'll make sure that everybody's got a ride and can get down there to it. I'd like to have land that's fairly easily accessible, so we don't get anybody stuck. We don't tear any property up. I'd like to have minimum vehicles on the property, but it is what it is. If we got to have 20 vehicles roll into the place and the farmer's okay with that, that's awesome. That's great. But we've got a couple really nice places involved or picked out. One other thing we need fishing gear. Now, if you have fishing gear of your own, that's great. Bring it along, and I'll try to accommodate with whatever else happens. I don't have a sponsor for that either. Long-term goals. Okay, so this is where it gets, you're looking out into the future, because we're going to have some veterans out there that have disabilities. So the disabilities are going to require possibly off-road or rough terrain wheelchair, right? Off-road wheelchair. God, my spelling's terrible. Wheelchair. I look like a kindergartner here. Off-road wheelchair. Prosthetics. Because we got some people out there that they don't have an arm. So we'll look for prosthetics. Okay. I know where to get them, but I need sponsorship for that. We'll have to talk to the right people and get involved. If this thing grows, if this thing takes off, then we'll start looking for off-road wheelchairs, prosthetics, and maybe a lift van, right? Lift van and a trailer, like a wheelchair van, and then a trailer, which I have a trailer, but we'll get something maybe enclosed. And then, of course, always more gear. More gear. And Power. Or Lady Power, whichever works. But look, those are just long-term goals to start out with. I'd like to meet up. Um, I'd like for you to be involved, be engaged. Send me an email, put posts on the group page, get a chat going. Present some ideas. Give us some ideas where we want to go. Where do you have a spot in mind? You know, but when we get out there, my plan is to have everything set up for the attendees Friday evening, and you don't have to stay all weekend. You know, if you want to pack your shit and go Saturday morning, if you got something to do Friday night, show up Saturday for a little while and then leave again, whatever. That's fine. Whatever works. Just get out there, do a little fishing, have a few drinks, sit around the campfire, and just try to relax. That's my whole goal. Just get the weight off your shoulders, talk to some people. You know, it's your own form of going. You know, like going to a shrink, except it's better because a lot of these military folks, they won't talk to the shrink, and that's a problem. You don't want to open up, but if you get around someone else that's a military veteran that is in the same boat you are, you're more likely to talk, have conversations, and work towards that healing that you need. Okay, so help me get this thing rolling. Be active, and you know, if you want to volunteer some time, that'd be great too. If you know people, put us in touch with them, and we'll get out there and get it started. We're shooting for 5 events a year, 20 people per event. You know, just start out with. We'll see what happens. If 5 people show up, 5 people show up. If 50 show up, 50 show up. I'll make it work. I'll take care of breakfast. I'll get you some coffee. You know, whatever you need. I'm here for you guys, and I want to make this work. And girls, whatever. Okay, but that's what this is about, and I'm trying to make it happen. We've got some money in the bank, and we've got some sponsorship. We just need you. We need you. Okay? So I hope this helps out, explain everything, and just touch bases with me if you have any questions at all, okay? Thanks a million, guys.